The problem is that we have a very linear feeling when it comes to time. Everything we know has a beginning and an ending, a start and a finish. But that's not the way it is in eternal phase. There are three segments of eternal phase. There is the very now moment, this very moment, where we're at currently. This second is the current moment. And then we have what is known as after this moment. Anything that happens after now is an after moment. And then, of course, before is the last segment of eternal phase. What happens before the now moment? Now, we can't travel through time in reference to linear definitions. We can't get in a ship and go to our past or go to our future. But operating outside of linear time, we can operate in eternal phase. And eternal phase is something that we can step out of our environment and in spirit begin to operate within the eternal presence of all of creation. Now, what happens is at this very moment we can step out of temporal time into eternal phase, and we can observe events that happen before now, in the before moments, cause those events through observation, bringing them into the now moment, into what's happening right now, this very moment. In essence and spirit, those moments that happen before now become now moments. In spirit, they are alive and active and as real, just like the events happened in the befores, in the now moment. Now you can correct an event that happened in the before moment by observing it, bringing it into this moment, and at that time you can begin to create eternal impressions on the event by observing it according to the functions and the heart of what Abba feels about that event. Correct it according to what you see, feel, and hear and vision in this moment. Now, you can take that very same moment that you observed from the befores and brought it into the now moments. You can cast that moment into the afters. The scripture says, cast your bread upon the water and it will return to you. In time you will find it, is what the scripture says. So you can take this event that you have re-observed and you have layered upon this event eternal impressions found within you of Abba and how he feels and thinks and knows about this event, recreating that event. Now, you take that event and you cast it into your after moments, after now. And as you cast that forth, there is a shift in the universe that will cause that event to begin to surface in you. That event will go full throttle. It will go from the befores into the now, observed, internal impression, cast forth into the afters. Then at that moment, it will circle all the way around from your afters back into your befores and back into your now moments. And at that time, you will have the opportunity to layer upon that impression again that much more of Abba's eternal impressions and how he feels and how he wants and how he thinks about those type of events that happen. And when you layer upon a corrected event, when you layer upon that, now you're adding to that event that much more authority, that much more power and spirit, that much more strength. And all of this equals a sure foundation. No cracks in a foundation. A foundation for a perfect time of release. So if you're finding events in your befores that you need to fix, reobserve them, bring them into the now moment, and cast them forth into the afters. And suddenly you will find those events beginning to reappear and surface in your life, therefore giving you an opportunity to layer upon those events again, casting into your afters. And suddenly blessings will overtake you and overcome you, and you will know how to operate in eternal